Hello friends, it is Danny, and much like the other video that I did, I am going to be reading you something today. This is a thing that I wrote, it's a thing. Like I said in my other video, when I took my writer's craft class, we had certain assignments that we had to do. And because we were writing nonfiction, I wanted to pick something that I would like to write about and not be bored with. So I picked books. Me, what do you expect? I didn't know how well it was going to turn out because I had never really attempted to write nonfiction outside of school or about something that I really enjoyed because we always had a set topic, but this time we had free reign of everything. So I took the approach of writing an exposition or an expository essay about why we should save the books and books in general. And I've actually given this to like 3 other teachers so that they can read it, and I've signed it just so they have it, and they were so excited and they loved it. And so this is kind of a collab with Gwen from Gwen Lavender Mud, Gwen Kunziger. She has a blog and I don't, and I wanted to be able to share this as a text formatted thing as well. So it is going to be published on her blog with credits to me and everything, and you can read along there. She made a few changes when she posted it to hers, but I'm going to read the original version that I have here. And just a brief disclaimer, because this is an exposition, I went and formatted it as like an essay written by me, Danny Darling, the booktuber, so I put my channel header in there. We're in for the long haul, friends. And it starts like this. There is something to be said about a good book and a cup of tea. The perfect story enticing you, drawing you in, and making you feel something for a character, a place, a love that may not be entirely real, but to you, it totally is. Tea is like the perfect accoutrement to this. Warm and simple, with 2 sugars and a splash of milk, and you're good to go. Add cookies to the mix, a rainy day curled up under a warm fuzzy blanket, and some soft music in the background to make the world slip away. Your golden pony boy. With this being said, it's not always easy to obtain that book you've been dying to get. Be it for a school project or just for leisure reading, the options to get these books start to dwindle when we start to consider the supply of the book in a bookstore, the wait time of a delivery from an online shop, or the availability of a library. In dictionaries, a library is defined as a building or room containing a collection of books, which is obviously true because what else could a library be? Could it be a place where people go to escape? Could it be a gathering place for people to discuss books? Perhaps a place to study? A room full of a multitude of worlds, references, and information that anyone, anywhere can access with nothing more than a step through the door and a tiny little piece of plastic? It is all these things and so much more. Though a library provides all these things, many people take these buildings for granted. They don't always see the beauty in a library. They think that because a library mainly consists of books, that's all they have to offer. They don't realize that libraries also have newspapers, reference textbooks, periodicals, CDs, DVDs, magazines, access to the internet, and much more. A library is one of the most important things in our little part of the universe, and most people don't even realize its true worth. In the words of Robert Putnam, who in 2013 was awarded the National Humanitarians Medal by President Barack Obama for deepening our understanding of a community in America, people may go to the library looking for mainly information, but they find each other there. Picture a group of children gathered in a storytime group, reading, singing songs, making new friends, and interacting with people their own age. The moms will congregate by the coffee and snack tables and discuss their lovely little bundles of joy, or an elderly man seeking company in fear of bereavement. He will sit and chat with a woman about his age, and he'll leave with a smile on his face and a content feeling that he's not always alone. Or a troubled teen who's just looking for a place to find a few moments of quiet. The outside world fades away, and they're free, even if only for a little while, to breathe and to be content and be surrounded not only by the escape of a good book would bring, but also the support and understanding of the library's patrons. To some, the library can mean so much more than just lending the resources it provides. But those resources also brings community building connections that happen all the time in many different ways. Within this book-filled palace of wonder and light, the resources the library shares are for everyone. I mean everyone. A disabled person without access to resources otherwise. They have the resources for this person. A non-English speaker comes along and they're trying to find books in their language, or perhaps a book of some sort to help them learn English. They've got that covered too. It's more than just raunchy books for new adults and older adults, or young adult books about dystopian worlds that scarily so could someday become real. It's just more. But this important place, this feature that is a staple for any town or city, book nerds and researchers alike, has its issues. Not always is the importance of a library seen, not until it's too late, until there's no longer a library to have and to love. 2012 to 2013 was a trying time for Canadian libraries. There was a remarkable number of cuts to many different types of libraries. In April and May of 2012, 2 school boards decided to eliminate the school's library systems: Chinecto Central Regional School Board in Nova Scotia and Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board in Ontario. Industry Canada terminated the Community Access Program, which gave everyone the opportunity to have access to the internet and skills training within the library. The biggest national alliance of the arts, heritage and culture sector across Canada, the Canadian Conference of the Arts in Ottawa, was forced to close after being open for 67 years. Even more recently, a list of 54 libraries were announced to be closed in Newfoundland. The library genocide is upon us. The buildings that give us so much are dwindling away like wax of a burning candle. Here is a little segue for you. Not only is a library important, its inhabitants are quite possibly the most important thing about it. Specifically the books, millions of pages filled endlessly with worlds, enticing you, teaching you, intriguing you with every flowing sentence that moves like water in a stream. Much like a library, the books often go without recognition of their importance. Now is the time to take back the books and give them the love that they deserve. They say when you open a book, you open a new world. A whole new world, a brilliant adventure, a compelling companion. It's a baby's bedtime story, a toddler's picture book, a teen's fictional fantasy or love story, or even a how-to book to help you learn something new. A book is a thing that will never ask anything of you other than to have you delve into its world and listen to its words. These books, no matter the type, bring the reader knowledge. Be it a series of the simple letters that truly matter, instructions on recipes, theories or stories, news, and history, this list is endless. But with every single thing added to the list, a new knowledge and wisdom comes with them. Books provide people with not only new stories and excitements and education, it provides an opportunity for community interactivity. Book clubs, storytime groups, and even international community interactivity with places like Goodreads.com, a book catalog website where people can discuss, comment, and review almost any book in the world. Or even the BookTube community on YouTube, which I am a part of. We as a community of book lovers create book-related content in video form to address our audiences, other book nerds like ourselves. We discuss books in creative ways and bring an entire online community together to rejoice in our love of books. Not unlike the libraries, the independent bookstores of the world are also struggling just as much, if not more, than the libraries. With the recent incline of online shopping, the number of independently owned bookstores have taken a downward spiral into endangered. If you look around your town, how many independent bookstores do you see? Do you use them? Chances are not very many, and oftentimes no, you don't. With the cutthroat competition from online shopping sites like Amazon, Book Depository, Chapters, Barnes & Nobles, the list has been ever growing in the last few years. The number of independent bookshops in the UK's British high streets has fallen below 1,000. This is a third fewer than they were 9 years ago. Add in the pressures of rising costs and economic downturns that all small retailers face. It's no surprise that Booksellers Association can report 67 local bookshops closed last year, while only 26 opened. Chief Executive of the association, Tim Godfrey, said that everyone should sit up and take notice of this. The book trade, the government, and the general public need to realize that if we don't take action now, the future of our bookshops, and therefore the health of the publishing industry and reading itself, is at risk. With the importance of books and their bookshops in mind, a campaign called Books Are in My Bag was first launched on September 14, 2013, and has been ongoing ever since. Books Are in My Bag is the biggest ever campaign for bookshops, and its initiative that was created by Booksellers Association, Publishers Association to celebrate books and their bookshops. Branching out from BAM, Independent Book Week is part of the Books Are in My Bag campaign and seeks to celebrate independent bookshops in the UK and Ireland. IndieBound is the umbrella independent campaign where BAM promotes shopping local and the benefits that a diverse high street with bookshops at its heart, of course, can deliver to the community. IndieBound started in the US and is a key part of the activity in the American Booksellers Association, while BAM is located more so in the UK. These are two very important campaigns are bringing light to the importance of books, shopping within bookshops, and specifically in independently owned shops that, without our book buyers' help, will eventually become endangered and extinct. As a community, we should take care of our libraries, our bookshops, our books together. In 2009, Todd Bowl of Hudson, Wisconsin, built a model of a one-room schoolhouse, a tribute to his mother, who was a teacher that loved to read. He filled that little schoolhouse with books, turned it into a little library mailbox, and put it on a post in his front yard. Everyone fell in love with it, so he built several more and gave them away. Each one had a sign that said free books. Thus, the Free Little Library Brigade began. The purpose of this little brigade is to promote literacy and the love of reading by building free book exchanges worldwide to build a sense of community as they share skills, creativity, and wisdom across the globe. The original goal of the organization was to reach 2,510 little libraries to top Andrew Carnegie's support of 2,509 free public libraries around the turn of the 19th to 20th century. This goal was reached in August of 2012, a year and a half before the original target date. By January of 2015, the total number of registered free little libraries in the world was estimated to be nearly 25,000. By January of 2016, the total number reached over 36,000 little libraries. In June of 2016, the total reached 40,000 libraries worldwide. Word of mouth travels far and wide, and with it, tons of little libraries are blossoming like spring's new buds. Little free libraries are definitely doing their part to help encourage the importance of reading in community. So what you're probably thinking is, why do I even care about this? It's just a bunch of books. But this bunch of books is more than just a bunch of books. It is a community. It is a family. It is a collection that is in danger of dying out and turning extinct. What would you do without books, without a library? No more books for the children to learn the excitement and the enjoyment of reading. No more pages that smell of dust and dew and spilt coffee cups, crying at 3 a.m. because the character you love is dying. This time, it's their story that is dying. Their brothers, sisters, nieces, and nephews, and all of their relatives that are fading away because so many people have given up. They've given up on the physical books that once ruled our land with stories and facts and every known little secret of the universe. One day, when the world will no longer have these stories to share, and it seems like no one will ever know the story of that little girl in a red cape and the big bad wolf, or of the 3 little bears and a girl with golden hair, a maiden who falls in love with a prince and becomes a princess, who will be the ones to remember what they once had? Who will be the ones to miss the beautiful books that littered our shelves, gone because no one seemed to care? Where will you be without these stories of our youth? Will you remember them when they are gone? Stay golden, pony boy. Love these little wonders of the world before it's too late, and their words will be memories in the minds of the ones who let them all fade away. It was actually information that really interested me, so I think that's why I really liked it as much as I did. It was probably a lot of information, but I feel like it was necessary, and I'm really happy with that, and I'm glad that it's being posted online, because then maybe people will see it and enjoy it and agree with it, and who knows where it'll go from there. So if you do agree with this little essay that I wrote, then please be sure to comment, like, and share this video, because if it gets going around somewhere, maybe people will start to listen and they'll help us in the attempt to save our books. I did not realize how many issues libraries and books in general have. But after doing the research, it scares me that all of these libraries and all of these books are going to be gone if we don't do something about them. So, super passionate about that. So that is it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that little essay, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Thank you for watching my video. Hope that you really enjoyed the show. Hit the subscribe button down below and go